So I'll be like, how should I start it? Like, hello class, I've been expecting you. Hello class, how's it going? Today I'm going to be presenting on fried rice, which is one of my favorite dishes. First, some history on it. It was invented sometime between 589 AD and 618 AD in the city of Yangzhou. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, but you know. Yangzhou fried rice is like the original fried rice, right? And so that's like what it's really compared to, like in Chinese cultures, right? So it's originally like a fluffy rice tossed with like roasted pork, prawns, scallions, and peas. And our recipe today is going to be very similar to that, except I won't be using roasted pork. Now the key to this dish has been and still is to use pre-made rice, right? So like day-old rice is what I'll be using, but 2 to 3 days is usually preferred, right? Because the older your rice is, the drier it gets. So when you're cooking it and when you're eating it, it's not like a big mushy thing, right? It's like more textured, like drier. Now, in fact, fried rice actually uses lots of leftover foods, right? So that's what like it's been known for, and that's how it was originally. Like they would just use like leftover food from other dishes and they would incorporate it into the fried rice so that way they wouldn't waste any food. So that's fun. And so because of that, like there's like a bunch of different variations. Now, the dish was introduced into America like in the 1900s, sometime in between the 1900s, right? And it's become like really iconic in like lots of like Asian American restaurants. Like it's very popular today, right? You can go to like cons and get like fried rice, and you can go anywhere like and get fried rice. It's very popular. Now, this dish, as well as other dishes or other Asian American dishes, are very dear to me because, well, I guess they've always been dear to me because apparently when my mom was pregnant with me, she could only eat Chinese food or Asian American food. For whatever reason, if she tried to eat anything else, she would throw up. So I guess ever since like before I was born, this dish was awesome, or like these dishes were very dear to me. But also because of that, my mom really liked Chinese food, like I guess during my childhood and her adult life. So she learned how to make a lot of these dishes at home, and I grew up eating them. And so they've always been like some of my favorite dishes. Asian food has always been like some of my favorite food, right? And I recently got into cooking, right? So maybe like a year and a half ago. And maybe 2 months ago, I learned how to make this dish, and it's become like one of my favorites. It's super fun, super easy. It's pretty quick to make, and it tastes amazing. It tastes like, when you cook it at home, it tastes way better than it does at like a restaurant somewhere, right? Because they make it in like big batches, right? But at home, it tastes just so much better for some reason. And so the fun part, this is what you're gonna need. You're gonna need 2 cups of jasmine or long grain rice, or you can mix them together to get like a different texture. You're gonna need 3 cups of water. The rule is 1.5 cups for every cup of rice you use. You're gonna need a good amount of salt, about 2.5 tablespoons of butter, 3 eggs, your favorite soy sauce. My favorite is La Choy. That's what I'll be using in this video. Green onions, peas and pea and carrot mix. That's what I'll be using, but you can use like any other leftover vegetables that you have or frozen vegetables. Incorporate your choice of protein. I'm gonna be using chicken. It's not necessary in the recipe, so I won't be showing that, but it's optional, right? You're also gonna need avocado oil, peanut oil, or canola oil. You can choose what you'd like, right? And then, of course, you're gonna need chopsticks.
All right, first step. Add 2 cups of rice into your rice cooker. Look at that, beautiful. Next step, 3 cups of water in. Remember, 1.5 cups of water for every cup of rice. That's right, I'm using Gordon Ramsay's voice. Suck it up. All right, salt in. Close it up. Store your rice overnight. All right, crack in 2 eggs into a bowl.
Now we're going to scramble the eggs. Chopsticks only. If not, you're cultural appropriating.
Look at that, beautiful. Next step.
So now we're gonna stir this up in a wok.
Tablespoon of oil in.
Woks only, or you might accidentally culturally
All right, back to it then. Go ahead and dump in your eggs and stir it up until they're almost ready. Day-old rice in. 2 tablespoons of oil in. Look at that, stirred up. Beautiful. Just gorgeous. Soy sauce in, pour around the rice. Let it fry up, stir it up together. After this, you can go and add in your protein and any other vegetables. And then you're ready to serve. Beautiful.